Hello, Macsen here, welcome back. So in the last video, I basically fought off this small amount of fleets that the Horatio sent my way towards Deki. I colonized a couple of new systems and I've been generally just increasing my fleet sizes. In between videos, I've actually made a new ship type, the Mark III Defiler, and I'll just show you that quickly. This is going to be my drop pod ship. I've chosen numerous, which basically means it has less collateral damage than the elite type, which is important because I want the systems I take to be intact as possible. And it also has twice as many population on each of these ships compared to the normal trooper module, which I assume makes them better, but who knows, frankly. Right, so support modules, I need a repair module to repair them, of course, and I've got room just enough for one extra siege to help out. I could, you can see here, I think I've mentioned this in annotations or briefly before in a previous video, the Predator type ship has a minus tonnage to troop pods. I'll quickly show you why this is a bad idea to make though. So you can see here the Marauder class, the troop tonnage is 25 on those, and with that it's 18, so you'd think this is definitely the best one to pick. But the cost is 128 compared to 32 for the Marauder, so it's a heck of a lot more expensive. And considering you're not going to be getting these into combat if you can help it anyway, you don't need the extra hit points. Also, it is twice as much in command points than this class of ship. So that means you're going to be spending more in maintenance, especially considering it only has 2 specialist slots, which is the same as this ship. So you basically can't get any more drop pods on this ship than you could that ship. So all in all, I think this is by far the better ship choice rather than this to make drop pods on. Right, so that's enough of that. I've upgraded my build lists as well. I've converted, or going to be converting Edessea into a drop pod planet, so that's focusing on food to recover the population it spends on making the Defiler ships. And I've upgraded various build lists, sticking in ships and whatnot. I've got that satellites there as well to bring that system within range. It's not quite in range at the moment. Right, so I think there's a few ships I should maybe move first. There's a Devourer there. To move that on to Edessea, and that's right. There's a couple of scroungers here. Going to move them back up to form another fleet. Up by there. Okay, so that's almost, well, half full now. Okay, right, so enter. Right, this has actually got a scout there, but the ship I've got there probably isn't enough to take it on. They've increased the command point or maximum fleet size as well. That's a bit of a worry. I might have to do that. Right, they've got a new fleet here. Okay, looks like they should have joined them up really. Right, I'll do a manual combat on this since the last time I autoed they actually engaged. I've got 2 Devourers now. Would quite like to see these in action as well. Right, so medium range missiles. It's mixed. It's all medium range. So I think I'll go emergency shelter actually, maybe in that phase. I'll go barrier there and increase my melee kinetics there. I'll go manual. Alright, do you want spread or guillotine? I think I'll just go spread. Right, so manual. Hopefully they don't retreat, but they might. Right, so this is basically going to mean that any ships destroyed during the phase will be restored after the end of the battle with 5% max of hit points. So I can basically retreat those back to a different system then and heal up. All of my ships have the... right, they've retreated. Typical. All of them have the nano repair module, I think, because they have fighters and bombers. So they should repair quite, or reasonably quickly. Right, so that's a shame. I think there's another fleet here though I can attack, maybe. They're just giving my hero a ton of extra promotions here. Right, I don't, oh, right, this hero I'll take. Veteran again. I think I've got all the decent. Well, that's okay for him, I guess, and that's about it. I've got all the good adventure ones already. Okay, so this hero. Oh, that's one in the system. I guess I'll take. Well, she's commander as well, isn't she? She's just basically going to get similar promotions to the other one. Okay, that can attack here. Right, they're almost definitely going to retreat, so I'm not going to do cinematic battle. That's 50 in dust actually, so I need to be a bit careful with using those. I'll go. Actually, what does count as offensive retreat? Where is it? Here it is. Counters tactics. It is tactics, so I want something that counters tactics basically, which is offense. I think that's the only one apart from retreat, which I definitely don't want to do. Right, so I'll do that and that. Right, so they actually stayed and fought and got killed. Did a bit of damage, but not much at all. Bomber's weapons was the best weapon, so that suggests they're pretty good. Having said that, I've got not many weapons on my ship, so... Right, shame I didn't see that again. Right, so these fleets are all upgrading and building ships. Or systems are. Okay. Hero. Got an ability point. No idea what I'm going to be taking. Repair her up. That one, Saboteur, extra dust. That's what I'm going to aim for. So I need Master Hacker. Okay. Right, I'll move my ships. Right, so what have I got here then? I've got a ship in her. I think I'll put the rally point back on here. Okay. Probably should group them together. Right, so these I've got. I'll merge up. How many Devourers have I got there? 2. I think I need another one in the main fleet down south. So I'll put that through the wormhole. And I'll take a couple of scroungers out. Okay. Because I've got bombers on those, they do actually have a tiny bit for siege amount, so I think I'll wait until this becomes a full colony and then I'll move them onto Megrez next turn, maybe. No idea what's there, that's the problem. I do actually need some scout ships, so I might put them in a build list somewhere. They're making Ravagers. Leone. I think I'll make a few scroungers then, here. Okay. Right, what's this? Forager and... Right, that Forager can just go to sleep for now. And they can merge. Do that. Should probably send a couple of ships to go and kill that scout, maybe. Okay, so end of turn. Okay. Built a... what's it called? One of these to increase my influence, so that's now within the influence, so it's not getting any negatives anymore. Its happiness might have gone up because of that. Okay, might get a tiny bit. I'll leave it like that. Right, so I think I should maybe move my leader to this fleet in a second. Or hero. Okay, so what do we have here now? I want Devourers. Right, that's actually a better model. How many are there? 1, 2. I can have one more. Some of these are older scroungers, I think. So I'll get rid of those. And that Devourer can go in there. Okay, I think I'll bring this through the wormhole. Actually, I'll put the hero on here first. So change. Want this one. Okay. Yeah, and they can go through here. Should lock down there. Right, everything's getting built. Right, this Devourer here that can come down here. I should send one there actually. Right, Scroungers. I think I'll send these over to help over here actually. Roll the designs. I'm not going to upgrade them yet. Actually, in a couple of turns I might start to upgrade older designs. Because I get a new 10-inch module. Okay, and oh, I'm going to move this fleet on from Decky. Okay, so can I get there in a turn? Just short, I think. Bit risky because I don't know what's there, but okay. They've got quite a few invasion type fleets here. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see if I can handle that or not very soon. Right, so end of turn. Hopefully they're still at war with the oranges. I'm not sure if they are though. The Soas, yeah they are. So they're having to split their forces more than likely. Oranges aren't exactly hugely weak. Okay, so they've engaged us at Decky. What do they have here? Yeah. Right, I'll do manual on Decky then. Right, so a bit of damage and another retreat. The other combat, hopefully they'll stay though. There's a good chance that they will. Okay. And that's done. Move my fleets. Okay, that's there. Right, what have I got up here though? Ravager, I'll put that in a Hannah. If I can wipe out the fleets down here, I'll start to move my siege fleets in, basically. Okay. So they are medium range. Bit siege, is it? No, maybe not. Right, anyway, so I'll do barrier, command shelter. Thing is, if these... I'm not sure what happens, I can't remember with command shelter, if they're removed from play, if they're destroyed in that phase, or if they hang around with 5% for the next phase. I can't quite remember. Guess we might find out now though. Okay, so I think I'll go manual. Might be better to go nosebreaker in the first phase, I think, or guillotine, but I'm not sure yet. Because these are more than likely going to be the first in the list. Probably want to get the promotions that reduce the desk cost for battle cards for her as well, actually. Right, they have attack. Use the fighter cam a bit. What to... Right, can move the camera around a bit. Right, how are we doing for damage wise? Not... One of them's taking damage. Not a lot though. But having said that, I wouldn't expect to do much damage in this phase. I don't have any long range ones. The bombers and the fighters should start to really kick in this phase, I think. And I've got medium range beams on my Devourer ships. But their weapons do the most damage in this phase as well, so I could take losses here. Right, I've taken all the smaller ships out, using the spread fire. That's good. The quicker I kill them, the better. They actually did have they have troops on some of those. I'm not sure why they're sticking troops on the military ships, really. Doesn't help them much. Right, and my fighter ships in this phase have their melee kinetic, so they should do a heck of a lot of damage. And my Devourer took a load of damage, but survived. So it looks like my ships are quite good actually against this. No losses. And my production could certainly... I've got enough production to be making a lot of ships. Right. I think I'll go... I might lose a Devourer here potentially. Default formation is hit points at the top, so he'd probably be third in the list still. Right, so I'll go exactly the same tactics. I'll go barrier. Do I want... I think I'll keep this on just in case for this. And I'll go weapon overclock. What's it? I can't remember. Anti-missile defense and accuracy. It's actually minus accuracy on melee weapons, but it probably is still worthwhile for the extra kinetic efficiency. Yeah, it's still probably worthwhile. Right, so I'll go auto. Okay, so I did lose the Devourer, sadly. It was pretty damaged from the first fight. It actually did pretty good damage then. Right. Dismiss. Hero's got a load of promotions then. I'm going to take Dust Wielder. To reduce the cost, I think. There's nothing beyond it, but I should probably do it anyway. Actually, Adventurer, I want to get Saboteur, don't I? So can I get that? Yeah. Yes, I can. And, right, Dust Wielder. What's that again? That's pretty good, actually. But yeah, I'll take that. Okay. Right, did that ship... Yeah, I think that my... sadly, the Devourer ship must have died within the first phase, maybe. So that's why I didn't get it back with 5 hit point or 5% hit points. Okay. Right, they're all done. Okay, so Scrounger, that can come down here. And 2 more Devourers. I need a replacement now, don't I? So this can come through here. Okay. And does that have any movement points left? Yes, it does. Right, I'll move that through here. These can merge up. Right, that'll get the next turn. Right, I can attack here still. I have 1 fleet left. It looks like there's many light ships here. That's pretty impressive force, actually. Potentially. They have a lot more power than I do. Right, so what are they? Long range, medium range. Okay, right, that's not good actually. Long range missiles. I don't have much defense against it. I'll go emergency shelter then, emergency shelter and that, and I'll go manual. See how we do. I'm going to be changing my fleet design a tiny bit with the extra cargo space, so I'm going to be having a lot more flank, at least another module or two on each of my ships, I think, with the extra space. Counter these. Hopefully I can destroy the medium range ships first, but they probably won't have them in the top of the queue. Or they might, some of them. They've all switched to long range with this fleet. Almost all of it. The best way to kill me though is I'm best at the later phases with all these fighters and bombers, and so I have to survive the early stages and then I can wipe them out quite easily. In theory. Right, so fighters and bombers are doing pretty well, I think. And I've lost 2 Devourers though. Should wipe them all out now though, hopefully. Considering this fleet had a lot more power than mine, we're doing pretty well, I think. Right, so 1 left, all dead. I've lost just my 2 Devourers. Okay, and hopefully actually I'll get them back because I used emergency shelter, but who knows. Okay, yeah, I've actually got that one back and that one back, so that worked well. I think I might have lost the Scrounger then as well. Right, so she's got an extra point. Illusion, that's quite good. Can actually have extra damage. Dust Leech, I'm not... I think I'll just take the Dust Wielder again. Or I could take the hero. There's one against heroes that might be useful. I think I'll take that one next. They haven't seen a hero with them yet, but if there is one, that'll be very useful. Right, science. I'm just going to check the time a second. Okay, when I stopped recording then I updated a few things. I've updated my Ravager and Defiler ships. I've just added extra siege modules onto those basically, with the extra cargo space that I got from, which one is it? This tech here. Next tech I'm going for is this tech. I might use this, I might not. But the nano repair module system should be very useful anyway. Then I'm going to go back to get some extra happiness. Apart from that, I think actually I'm going to put... I've changed some of my build lists around. I'm going to put Hive Ship here. For now, my ship, most of my ship, my main shipyards I've put back on dust because I want that next improvement before I make some more ships. Something I've noticed as well, the Master Hacker ability I got with my hero here, which is, where is it? This one. You can see it says something about detection radius while in orbit with another faction system. So I can basically now see all of their ships, I think, around their systems, or use their radius to see them. And to be honest, they've got a load of siege ships, but they don't seem to have an awful lot of combat ships. So they're going to be in trouble potentially very soon if I go through all their systems. And this they're supposed to be the best AI as well. So things are looking pretty good for me at the moment. Right, so I've done the science. Right, they've been wiped out. I probably need to bring some more ships down here. I've got... Right, that Devourer can go through here. And I think it's time that I move some of these combat ships or siege ships through. So I'll bring those down through the wormhole. Right, so anything else I'm forgetting about this turn? Don't think so. Right, so the ships I've got here, I definitely need at least another scrounger, I think. So I might separate one or two here. I think I'll separate two and then bring those through to here. Can't get her in a turn, sadly. I need to increase my engines, I think. Well, not engines. There's a tech that gives me an extra speed, so I should do that relatively soon. Okay, right, end of turn. Right, this is going to colonize here. I think that's done now, isn't it? Production-wise. Okay, very good. Right, so what have they got here? They've brought their fleet back there. I'll minimize that a second. Okay, we've encountered the Sheridan. No idea where to though. I'll move my ships. Okay. I think I might have moved. If I made a hive ship here, didn't I? I probably moved it on to, yeah. It's traveling on a rally point. I don't want that, so I'll move it back to Mataka. Ships here. Scroungers. Ravager. Okay, Ravager can go through there. Scroungers can also go through. Right. Do this combat. Right, have any arrived? I don't think I can fleet them up for this battle though, sadly. Pretty sure I can't. Yeah, it won't let me. Okay, so I do this battle. They have 5 ships and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I can put these at the front to take the shots basically and have the Devourers behind. I assume that's going to happen automatically if I put the most hit points on the top of the list. I assume it's how much hit points they have left rather than how many they start with. I guess we'll find out in a bit though. So medium range, medium range, medium range. Okay, I'll do battle shelter there. I'll do weapon of clock there. And I'll think I'll just do barrier there. Okay, and I'll do manual combat. Okay. So they have one ship that has a load of hit points. I think I'll just keep them on. Yeah, I'll keep them on spread. Want to destroy as many of these smaller ships as possible in the first round, I think. That's what's probably would be best for me, and spread's probably the best one to use for doing that. Right, these shouldn't be targeted now because they don't have enough ships, in theory. Because the first 5 can only shoot the first 5 in my formation, which should be the ones with the most hit points, which are these. So yeah, they've survived. They've actually gained some health because of their repair modules, I believe. Which I'm not sure if it should really be doing that or not. Right, looks like I might lose a ship here, but I've got emergency shelter on. So they're getting really shot up now by my fighters and bombers, which are coming to range, basically. And the Devourers actually have the beams. Right, and they're all being wiped out. Okay, I should get that Scrounger back now as well. Unless it was killed in the last phase. Okay. And them up. Put Scrounger in there. Okay. Put that on alert. Siege the system. I need to get my combat ships in. Right, and I'll just kill. Do they have any fighters or bombers on these? Probably not. So I'll just go max the attack. So they're probably going to retreat or offensive retreat. So I want one. Well, they're not going to go offensive retreat. I think I'll just go this one. Okay. Don't think they're going to stay, but I'll do that. Okay, wipe them all out. They did actually stay, so that's a really bad decision on the eye's part. It's a bit buggy, arguably. Right, I'm going to call that an end to the video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.